In the previous class, we have discussed some of the functions of rural settlements and different structures of rural settlement. For today, we will discuss urban settlements. So this is our main topic for the day. So as we have discussed that urban settlements are simply called as the cities, and these settlements are nucleated in nature. The houses and the plots are clustered in a small area, and they are located close to each other. Urban settlements are not dispersed, that the one house is few kilometers apart and then the other house. So this is not the case with urban settlements. The houses are close to each other, and they are generally located near some important urban facility, any kind of industry, any kind of market, or a healthcare facility. So that is urban settlement. Before uh, the 15th century, or more precisely, we can say before the advent of industrial revolution, that was in the 18th century or 19th century. Before that, urban settlement in a very less number, and most of the places were kind of village and town. But then, uh, with the advent of industries, with the oncoming of industrial revolution, the world has witnessed a new terminology, and that is urbanization. So how can we define urbanization? That it is the process in which villages turn into towns and town turn into cities. The process when the in which village turns into towns, and then town develop into a city. This is the simplest definition of urbanization. Then the main criteria for urbanization is, of course, having some sort of advanced functions, some kind of advanced facility, and increase in population. That is much common with the urban areas. It would have advanced facility like kind of industry or any service sector. And then we have increase in population. So different countries, different scientists, different geographers, they give different definitions for urbanization on the basis of um, population. Some people say that if the population is 100,000, then it's a city, while others say no, if the population is 200,000 or 500,000, then it can be a city. Or some may say that it can be less than 50,000. I mean, it can be around 50,000 to give the status of a city to a place. So it varies according to um, different the different thinkings and the different areas, because if a country has less population, so there the condition of 1 lakh or 100,000 or 200,000, that condition fails, but they have every facility in their urban areas. That's why um, one single criteria, excuse me, is not valid for the whole world. Uh, like uh, Japan, there, if any area has more than 30,000 population, then they give that area as a urban status. And then if we talk about United Kingdom, then they give the status of urban settlement on the basis of the activities which are non-agricultural, and then the population must be like more than, it's kind of more than 2,000 houses in an area. And similarly, in Africa, some of the African countries, if the population is more than 5,000, then they call that as an urban area. Then in Sri Lanka, if they have a municipality in their country, like municipality means a very organized form of an area where uh, management of sewerage water, the establishment of hospitals and playgrounds. So if that area is well managed with a municipality, like we have KMC in Karachi Municipal Corporation, who looks after the different activities and different land uses in the city, that where will be the roads and where will be the recreational areas and where will be hospitals and schools and education. So if in Sri Lanka, if any place has that municipality, they give that place a status of a city, and they do not consider the population, they do not consider the number of houses, they just consider municipality. So in different areas, there are different conditions for an area to be called as an urban area. Okay, then with that, like every country has its own criteria to define a place as an urban area. So to sort out that problem, United Nations have defined 5 categories or 5 types of urban areas. So in type 1, these are the countries, like I have given that African countries, when no, not the African countries, Sri Lanka, if any city has municipality, then they give that place a status of urban area. So countries with municipality, municipalities, districts, communes, recognized as urban area. So there's a type of country in which they recognize municipalities or districts or communes as urban areas. Now, municipality is an organization who looks after the activities, and they have a proper system for the management of that area. That's a municipality. And district is a combination of different municipalities and communes. We can say it's a transportation between uh, two municipalities or districts. So this is type 1, and then we have type 2. uh, Type to include the countries which give urban area status to places having a specific minimum size. So when any place reaches that minimum size, then that place will be um, called as an urban area. Like, yeah, specific population. Then type 3, countries which give urban area status to an area having certain characteristics. खास कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होगा उस एरिया के अंदर, वो उस एरिया को अर्बन एरिया का कैरेक्टर दे देंगे. Like well built houses, like good buildings, aligned buildings, proper planning के साथ buildings बने, and there might be good streets or roads. These categories, like number 3, or especially number 1 and number 3, are more for those countries which are having less population or which are among the developing countries. All right. So good streets or roads, then if they have the facility of electricity, then a police station or a court of law. So in this condition, they give the status of a city, whether there are enough number of people or municipality or not. So these are for developing countries. All right, now number 4, type 4 countries. So, countries which give urban status to areas if they have a proper government, like city government of Karachi, local government, or a municipality. So here you can say the difference between point two, type 2 and type 4 is have the presence of government. Then type number 5, countries where a place has a particular population of the area, unable to see that. The countries where a place has a particular population of the area engaged in non-agricultural activities. So this is type 5, and these are 5 types of countries who have different categories of urban areas. Have you guys now? Can you guys hear me? I've just seen a comment that you guys cannot hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me now. All right. So the cycle of urbanization. So these were the 5 types of countries. Okay, अब सही है आवाज. Right. 5 stages of population concentration during the course of urbanization. Now, if we see these 5 categories, which you can see on the screen, according to these 5, these are in different areas of the world, like developed countries and developing countries. But the proper urbanized area are the ones which are defined by the first world countries, because those are the countries where places have witnessed growth from a very tiny little town to a giant city, so that those studies of those giant cities like London, like Paris, like New York, like Karachi, like Mumbai, those are the cities, like Tokyo, Shanghai, Beijing. So these are the cities which have properly underwent the process of urbanization. So on the basis of those studies, uh, the stages of population concentration are defined by different geographers. different human geographers. Okay, and then Nations distribution of these five areas are due to mainly due to the developing countries and mainly due to the less populated countries. Otherwise, proper urban areas are those where there had been certain stages. Okay, so there was a geographer by the name of Gibbs, and he gave five stages of population concentration. We have 9 minutes left before this meeting will automatically turn off. So I think we will be able to cover that. Let's try it. Gibbs five stages of population concentration. Gibbs five stages of population concentration. Okay, so stage one, towns come into being, rate of increase of population in urban and rural areas are unequal, more rural, less urban. Okay, this is stage one. Then stage two says rate of urban population increase rural is lesser. Stage three. Okay, in stage two, migration takes place, and of course, from rural area to urban area, and that's why urban area has more population increase rate compared to the rural one. And then stage number three, rural urban migration exceeds the natural growth. इतने नंबर ऑफ बर्थ्स नहीं होते, इतने नंबर ऑफ डेथ्स नहीं होते जितनी ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है. Gibbs is the name of a scientist. Okay, it's the name of a person. Um, so this is stage three. Then we have stage four. Now, migration takes place from takes place not only from rural areas but from other towns as well. Towns are smaller cities जिसमें जो अर्बन एरिया तो होते हैं लेकिन उनमें फैसिलिटीज़ ज़रा कम होती है. Then stage number 5, development of huge urban center. And well connected, that urban center is well connected to all parts of the country, and has high population, has urban sprawl. Urban sprawl means spread in spread of an urban area in size. जैसे कराची स्प्रॉल कर रहा है along सुपर हाईवे, डिफरेंट सोसाइटीज़ बने जा रही हैं बैरिया टाउन डीसी के, और फिर इसी तरह नेशनल हाईवे के along भी डिफरेंट societies बन रही हैं, and Karachi is getting bigger and bigger. This is called as urban sprawl, when an urban area becomes big, just like a movement of amoeba. लेकिन अमीबा का साइज सेम रहता है, बट हियर अर्बन एरियाज का साइज बड़ा होता रहता है. And then of course in that stage it attracts migration from other cities as well, like Karachi, migration from villages, towns, and other cities. So these are the 5 stages of urban population concentration given by Gibbs.